Hello everyone, in this video I'll provide you with a quick demo on how to create a tool product on our website. So this is our dashboard. To start creating a product, you need to first go to the tool section over here. Select add tool to start creating the product. Now let's add the tool title. So this product is called Old Delhi Street Food Walking Tool. Now let's select the country in which this tool is operated in. After selecting the country, select the tool location. You can assign your name over here if you are a supplier. After that, you can select the type of tool. So this is a half-day tool and this tool completes within 1 day. So we'll go with 1 over here. And then let's select the tool option. So this is a join tool. If your tool is private or if it's both, you can go with those options. If it's a type of ticket, a VIP seat or a normal seat, you can choose the options over here. But since this is a shared tool, I'll go with the join tool option over here. Now, let's select the pickup time. So this tool has fixed timing, therefore I'll go with the fixed tool option. You can add your tool starting time over here. So this tool starts at 10 a.m. in the morning and it ends around 1 p.m. After adding the time, you can then select the pickup point. So since this tool includes hotel pickup and drop off, I will go with this option. If it does not include transfer service, then you can go with no pickup, or you can even add your own meeting point by choosing this option or this option. After selecting the pickup, you can skip the remark as well as the route, and let's directly go to the booking cutoff section over here. And here I will set the booking cutoff time to be around 8 hours. Again, we can skip product code and video link. If you have a video of your tool, you can add it over here. So this is for customer references. They can check out the video to see how the tool proceeds. After that, we'll go to the next step. Select the tool category that resonates with your tool type. So since I believe this belongs with a city tool, I'll select that, or you can go with other options that seem more relevant to your tool type. After selecting the category, let's select the subcategory. So this tool does not resonate with any of these options. So in such a case, you can go with other option here, and then in this section, you will have to distinguish if the tool only provides ticket or if transfer is also included. So since this tool has transfer service, I will go with transfer option. Now let's add the highlights. So you can add around 5 to 6 highlights in this section. Aside from highlights, you can also mention the tool duration as well as the tool timing. If you are promoting attraction, then you can add the opening time over here as well. After adding the highlights, let's add to description. In the same section, you can also add your tool itinerary. So I'll add my itinerary here. Once you are done with this section, let's move on to the inclusions and exclusions. So here you can select whatever is included in your tool. So this tool includes hotel pickup, it has drop off, there is a guide. Now once I've selected inclusions, now I'll select the exclusions. So whatever this tool does not include, you can choose those options. Once you're done with that, you can click on next step over here to move on to the next page. So the first thing that comes up is the cancellation policy. So for now you have two options, that is standard cancellation policy, or you can go with all sales final. If you have your own custom cancellation policy, you can add that later once you are done with this draft. So for now, let's select the standard option. Here you can add your activity information. Any additional information that you feel like the tourist should know would go here. So once you have added the additional information, you can select how the tourist can use this ticket. So since this is a direct ticket, I'll go with that option. If it was an attraction that required the ticket to be exchanged at the counter, then I will go with this option. Similarly, if your tour has any other options, you can just select that. If it does not resonate with any of these options, for now you can go with this option, and then later on you can come back and edit it to provide your own custom directions. Now we can skip the request details section, and here in this section you can add your child policy. Please remember that this section is only for child policy. You cannot any other remark, note or additional information over here. For those information you can add them in this activity info. Here only you have to add the child policy. Okay, now that I've added my child policy, I can click on confirm to save my tour draft. To check the tour, now I'll go to the city in which the tour has been created, and then I'll filter it. So as you can see, the tour has been created on our website. Now let's go and add images to this tour. So to add the image on our website, there are certain guidelines that you need to follow. First, the image should be within 100 kb to 400 kb range. So it should not be smaller than 100 kb in size, and it should not be greater than 400 kb in size. The file type should be JPG, and one more thing that you need to keep in mind is that the file name always has to be unique. If the file name is not unique, there may be an error while uploading the image. So to avoid that situation, we have a standard naming process that you can use to ensure that all your images have a unique name. So let's try and add an image. So to add image, you first need to select add more image over here, and then you can choose a file or you can drag in the image from your gallery. So let's say I want to add this image. So as you can see, this image is JPG. It has the dimension of, the dimensions that are within our guidelines, and the size is 377 KB, which is lesser than 400 KB and more than 100 KB. As for the file name, let's create a unique name for this. So let's say this is our attraction's name. So instead of spaces, we use the hyphen or dash, as you call it. Empty space will cause image error. Therefore, always use space instead of a blank space. Instead of using any other special symbol such as underscore, you just need to use hyphen. Type in the attraction's name. You can also mention the city, and then to make this name unique, you can add the date on which you have uploading the image, on the date of uploading the image. So this will be 13/8/2026, and I'll add 1 over here. In case I'm adding other images of the same location, I can just differentiate it using 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now that you've renamed your image, you can just select that option, click on open, and here you'll have to add the image alt tag, which is the description of an image. So you can just mention the attraction's name. So once you have added the attraction, the alt tag, and then you can click on upload photo, and your image would be added on our site. Now if you want to remove this image, you simply click on delete and the image will be removed. You can add more image from here. Keep in mind that the first image that you upload is your cover image. This will be the image that the customer will see first. So this image needs to be eye-catching, and it has to be high quality image. Now that you understand how we can add image on the website, let's see how you can add rate to a product. So to add rate, we have two methods that we follow. So if your product has options, that means if you provide this tour in multiple timing, if your tour has certain different If your tour has certain services that you provide in one option and don't in the other, for example, if I provide transfer service in one option and the other one does not include transfer, I can create two options. So for that, you can go to add option set, and here you can create your own option. So let's say I want to create an option called uh, tour plus transfer. So I can do that and I'll submit it. So as you can see, one option has already been created. Now we'll go back to the same page, and here to add the image, to add the option again, we'll go to this part and then write down your option name. So once you are done with that, you can just click on submit. And now here in the edit option set, you can add the inclusions again, the exclusions, and how to use. Once you are added everything, you can just select update and all the information will be added there. So when you create an option, it is mandatory to upload these sections. So you need to make sure that each option has its own inclusions and exclusions. After that, you can add time. So if your tour has multiple timing, or even if it has a single time, you can just add that from this part. So let's say this tour starts at 10 a.m. I'm going to select and 10 a.m. and then I'm going to add it. So if I provide this product at a different timing, let's say I also provide this product at 1 p.m., then I'll just select 1 over here, and then I'll select minutes 0, and then I'll go select PM in the type, and the time order will be 2. So depending on the order of how you add the timing, you can select 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Once you've done that, you can go to add pickup time, and now when somebody is trying to book the product on the website, they will be able to select their own timing. So once you've added that, you can just go to add price over here to add the rate for your option. So now to add the rate for tour plus transfer service, you can just select that and then add the information accordingly. So let's say your tour starts from 1/1/2026. So this is the starting date. So this is the date from which the tour will become bookable. So if your tour starts from 1 month in advance, or from 1 month after today's date, so let's say this tour starts in July, I could just say 1/7/2026, and then only tourists will only be able to book it after this date. So for now, I'll set the date to be 1, and then the end date would be the last date for which these rates are applicable. So let's set it as 13/12/2026. This will be the last date till which this tour can be booked. The tourist cannot book this for 1 January 2027 because the ending date is 31/12/2026. After that, we'll select the minimum and maximum number of people who can join the tour. So you can add custom rates for different number of people. So let's say you want to charge a different amount for 1 px, and then you want to charge a separate amount for 2 px. So in that case, you can just select 1, and then you can add your net price over here. And once you submit it, you can add custom rates depending on the number of people who book the tour. If you have the same rate for 1 to 10 people, you can just select 1, and then you can select 10 over here, and then you can add your net price. So let's say I charge 2000 for this. This section is for whether you want to customize the rate for the B2B platform or not. So if you do not change it, if you keep it net price, then the rate would on B2B would be net price plus 15% markup. And if you set it to sell price, then you can customize the rate. So now if you want to sell this for 2200, the rate on B2B will show 2200. But if you select net price, then it will be with 15% markup only. Okay. Once you've done that, you can select the type. So if you are adding only adult rate, you can select that. If you're adding the child rate, you can select that option. So for now, I want to add the adult rate, and then select the currency, so which is INR, and then go to submit to add the rate. As you can see, the rate has been added. So here you can see the type is 1. So type 1 indicates adult, type 2 indicates child. So I want to add this same rate for child. Now if I select submit, this is the child rate. This is the adult rate type 1 and this is our child rate type 0. To edit the rate, you can simply click on edit option over here and now you can change the number of people who join your tour. You can set it to be minimum 2 or you can even set the maximum to be 100 if you want. You can change the net price, change how the rate is visible on B2B platform. You can also edit the ending and starting date from here. Once you have changed everything that you want to, you can click on update and all the new changes will be saved. Similarly, you can go to the other option and add the rate using same process. Now this is for the situation where your product has multiple options. But if your product doesn't have multiple options, for example, if I go back to my tour list and go back to the same city, I have this tour that doesn't have any options. So if I select add option set, no, to check the option you select view option set and you can see there are no options here because this does not require multiple options. So what will you do in this situation? In such a situation when you do not want to add any option to your tour, you simply copy the name of your product and then you go to tour in the side and then select manage tour price. Now once you paste the name of your product, that option will come up. So as you can see, no price has been added for this. So let me add the price for this. I'll set the ending date to be around 31/12/2026. Minimum and maximum. Let's say I want to charge 2,000 for booking of one person. So I'll add 2,000 over here. I'll change the currency into INR and then I'll submit it. So now whenever one person is booking it, they will be charged this amount. Let's say I want to charge different amount for the booking of two people. In that case, I can just mention how much one person will be charged for that booking. So let's say for two people, you charge 3,000 in total. So in that case, you can divide 3,000 by 2, so which is 1,500. And then you can add your rate over here. Now, if I am charging the same amount for 3 to 10 people of booking, so in that case, if the booking is anywhere between 3 to 10 people, in that case, I want to charge only 1,000 rupees per person. So in that case, I'll add 1,000 over here and then I'll select submit. And the rate, as you can see, has been added over here. Now, let's also add the child rate. So I want to charge the same amount regardless of the number of children that join this tour, and that rate is 1,000. And once I click on submit, if you scroll down, you'll see that the child rate, that is the type 0, has been added as well. So this is how you can add the rate on your website. So once you've added the rate and you've added everything else, you can just go back to tour, go to tour list, and then select the tour city, filter it. So this is the tour that I've added the rate for. Now let's see how this product looks on our website. To do that, you can just go to upload S3 or manage tour. You'll see a preview tour option over here. So once you select that, as you can see, the image has been added. However, the requirement of our product is that there should be at least 5 images on the website. So as you can see, there is an empty space. So there is a space for 4 more images. So I'll have to add 4 more images for this to look okay on the website. Now you can also check your highlights if they have been added properly or not. You can also check your inclusions, your exclusions, description, the itinerary. There is meeting point, which is around Delhi. And then you can check your child policy, your departure and return information, the additional info, and how to use. Once you are satisfied with the product, you can just go back. And this is how you can add a product on our website.